plainly. Can't nobody play me. I kill everything innately. At the helm of the mothership of drip, you can see me leaking. Shh, be quiet, a real speaking. Voice of God, every word I jot. Feel the spirit breathing. Best new artist, but the way I cook, very seasoned.
Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, this is the National Football League. Taking on Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today we've got a solid matchup in store in the NFC, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at two different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Swift. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And his throw here's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
3rd and 2, Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And he is going to have the Rams first down. It'll wind up being a gain of 5 there on 4th and 2. They run it again with Williams. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Kyron Williams. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Rams have taken the lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was capped off by the Kyron Williams touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. Well, now how about this return? And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Play action. Here's Hurts.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
On the option to give to Swift here.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
They go play action with Hurts.
This short throw caught by Goddard. 2 yards on the pickup there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here's 3rd and a few inches. Here's Hurts to throw.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a 1st.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this 2nd go-around ends in 6.
in good position, 1st and 10.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing is Hurts. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds after his short pickup, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. They'll set up to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Gainwell.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackle.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Eagles have retaken the lead.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wound up punching this one into the end zone.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Going up top for Kupp. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
DeAndre Swift and the Eagles back out there.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! Dallas Goedert as the first half is winding down.
And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand-new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. We watched a solid performance out of running back DeAndre Swift. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On second down, Williams. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 48 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
4th down now after a loss of 2.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here comes the Rams punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
They start the drive here with Gainwell.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. The Eagles send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And it's fielded at the 34.
13 yards the tally on the return there.
And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Back to throw, Stafford.
Poor throw there, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Kevin Byard. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do. and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. They're going to look to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And oh, he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
But these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
On second down, here's Stafford.
That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire fourth remaining. So, stranger things have happened.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Well, they'll fake it there on the jet sweep, and instead, here's Swift. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 61 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. But it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
L.A. readies for its next possession. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10.
So points so crucial in a tight game like this, but this kick off the goalpost, and that'll keep the score right where it is.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made this a 2-score game, but any cushion this late definitely would have helped. Now they need to ask their defense for another stop, and that's going to require some work.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Stafford.
Open man is Atwell, complete.
And he's got this down to the 35. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Jalen Carter in on that tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Throwing is Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Going up top for Kupp. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? And taken right at the 35. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So now Stafford and the Rams
down 17-14, a little under a minute 50 remaining. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford.
And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Stafford now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, go into pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised him a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped him well short of a 1st down.
Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Stafford. Got a man, it's Higbee, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Now Stafford.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So they were in field goal range, a chance to get this one to OT. Got a little greedy going for the win, cost them the game.
Not just a little greedy, now a little lost. because of what ended up happening. Just what you stated there. They're in field goal range. Instead of getting conservative, they decided to press it, maybe try and win it right now. Instead, the whole thing backfired.
Elliott on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. LA set to take over again on offense.
They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And this one incomplete. And all that remains is 13 seconds.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Now it's Stafford. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
CD for the losing side. They had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Los Angeles, so long, everybody.